Hey folks, I'm going to try to keep this video short but to the point, and I just want to quickly talk to you about the 4th of July coming up, your dogs and fireworks, and kind of some ideas for how to handle it, and just some reasons why. So 1, keep your dog away from fireworks. If you can create a safe space within the home, a place that they're used to and comfortable with, then that's the best place your dog could probably be at this time. For example, if your dog usually has free roam of the house, I wouldn't put them in a back bedroom and shut the door. That's going to make them feel trapped, and it's going to create a whole nother situation that you're going to have to deal with later on and can create more problems. With that being said, it definitely does need to be a place that they have common access to and they're comfortable with. And should be include some items like maybe you can throw some of your clothes on the floor that smell like you. That'll kind of help comfort them. Do they have access to their regular toys? And if their dog's bed is normally in the bedroom, maybe consider bringing that out with their blankets and stuff to kind of help them give them that extra comfort. Also, keep dogs away from the fireworks. So if you normally have a dog that can go inside, do that. But maybe you have a dog that for whatever reason you can't bring them inside. They can stay in the backyard. That's fine. But do your firework displays away from your dog. That might mean the front yard or talking to a neighbor, and maybe you guys can double up on your fireworks and do it over at their place if they don't have pets, and that solves the situation to a bigger extent. And then also consider background noise. So you can start this process early on and see what your dog likes. If you watch a certain TV show or movie or you listen to a certain kind of music, that might be something you can play. You have to experiment, see what your dog likes, but that is definitely an option. Otherwise, you can put on movies, TV shows, you can just play white noise, or you can play some music. It's just the idea is to drown out the sound of the fireworks, but I would still recommend getting your dog used to that noise so when you do play it, it has more of a comforting effect than, okay, what is this on top of this? Second, make sure your dogs have proper IDs. Make sure they're microchipped, they have dog tags, or a GPS tracker. For cats, I would get a breakaway collar so if they do get caught or snagged on the fence, that collar can break away rather than choke them. That's also why I recommend the microchipping for cats especially, because if the collar breaks off, there goes the tags, and now you're left with the microchip at least. Also, consider getting a picture of your pet and updating that picture regularly if you need to. It's a great way to share that photo with neighbors, Humane Society, and just different organizations that try to reconnect lost pets with their owners. And it's something that's just readily available right there on your phone. Accidents happen, they get out, I get it, but at least this way you're prepared. Also, tire them out and prepare to do things earlier in the day rather than later. So if your fireworks are going to start at 7, maybe you want to go out before that and give them the proper amount of time that they need. Take earlier walks, set playtime before the fireworks, and maybe you can give them extra playtime. So if you know the fireworks start at 7, maybe you take them out 2.5, 3 hours earlier. And instead of giving them an hour play, you give them 2 hours, and then you still have time to bring them in and get them comforted and calmed down. Also consider feeding and doing bathroom breaks prior to what you normally would as well. Couple of situations that might arise if you don't is, let's say for example, your dog hasn't had the bathroom break yet, fireworks start, that could cause an accident in the house. Also, maybe you think, well, there's usually a 20-minute intermission of the fireworks. I can go to do the bathroom then. You bring your dog outside, all of a sudden fireworks go off, and now you created another traumatic experience. So trying to do bathroom breaks and things like that earlier before the shows start can definitely be very useful and helpful. Now, let's talk about desensitizing them. Desensitizing your dogs to the fireworks is also an option. But this is a process that needs to start earlier in the year, earlier in your dog's life, not during the fireworks season. You want to start out with small, quieter fireworks and help them build that attitude of comfortability over time. Make sure you're rewarding positive reactions and do not punish negative reactions. So for example, if you want to teach your dog that when the fireworks are going off, they don't feel excited or happy and they're starting to become scared or skittish, that they can go lay down in their bed and they're fine. You reward that. But if they go and they start chewing on things they shouldn't, don't punish the behavior, just redirect the behavior. And as they learn over time, they'll go ahead and start following that routine. Now, that being said, using negative punishment can actually create other behavioral problems down the road. So that is something to think about. And then before attempting to desensitize your dog or any special training programs, it's always best to consult a dog trainer, a veterinarian, or a canine behavioralist. These people are usually professionals within their their trade, and they can give you better guidance and information and help you create custom plans for making sure that you have the best outcome for your dog. Now, number 5 is to consider stress treatments. You can use canine anxiety vests or calming supplements. Now, I do know some people don't like medications or different things like that, so it is best to speak with your veterinarian trainer or behavioralist and see if there's other alternatives as well, including maybe home remedies that can help. Or another option for stress is to use a pet sitter. This might be using to help with the earlier dog walking. Maybe it's a busy day, you have the cookout, everything else, kids and family, you can't get out there to do it. You could hire someone to do that for you. With that being said, it doesn't necessarily have to be a dog walker or somebody who does this professionally. It could be a trusted friend. And this is a great opportunity for a teenager to even make a few extra bucks. So if you know a responsible teenager, they may be even willing to come sit in your house during the fireworks show and help keep your dog calm. Let them be there with your dog while you and your family are out enjoying the show. Now, that's not always the case, and it can be hard to find somebody who's willing to miss the fireworks, but it is an option. Now, if your dog is already in panic mode, here's a few things you can do. First, don't worry about the panic that's going on right now. It's not about calming your dog down at this point. They're already scared and they're already in fight or flight mode. So what you can do is just make sure they're safe. That can be as simple as sitting on the floor, reassuring, just talking to them and letting them know you're there. When the fireworks stop, they'll calm down, they'll come out to you, then you can help them. But for now, you just want to keep them safe. And the other thing about that is because they are in fight or flight mode, they may see you as a threat, even though they know you, because they're kind of tunnel vision right now. And okay, what is that? It's scary. I can't even see it. So that's something you need to take into consideration as well. So ultimately, just focus on safety. Now, a few reasons why dogs panic at fireworks is, one, fireworks create a threat. They're loud, they're sudden, and it's not something that they're used to throughout the entirety of the year. So most dogs aren't desensitized to it. It's just a big bang and it scares them. So plain out, it's a threat. Like I said, most dogs aren't properly exposed or desensitized throughout their life and things like that. So it can also be a learned behavior. They may see other dogs get scared at it and also follow that behavior. So that's something to think about as well. Monkey see, monkey do. It could be a breed characteristic. Some breeds are just naturally genetically inclined to be skittish. So when you're talking about desensitization, understand that process can take longer, or it may not take at all if you have a dog that's genetically inclined to be skittish. But again, that's where you consult a professional to get guidance, advice, and information and create a plan for your dog. Also, it could be a traumatic experience from their past. Some dogs can get PTSD. Maybe they were abused or just have experience with loud noises that led to a negative impact on their life, and now that loud firework is going to remind them of that. Also, military and police dogs naturally come across that in their line of work. So take into consideration that when they do retire or they're injured and then they're adopted as house pets, when those fireworks go off, it could bring them back into that state of having been at work and causing that PTSD to kick in. So it's just something to think about. But at the end of the day, if you're not sure how to handle a situation, seek advice. I would recommend your veterinarian, your canine behavioralist, or a dog trainer. And like I said, they can help you create custom plans and just give you guidance and advice and information on how to best handle your specific dog. And nothing I've said here should be construed as medical, professional, or legal advice. It's just information I've collected, I put together, and I wanted to share that with pet owners so that that way they're able to hopefully create a plan and have a positive 4th of July, not only with their family and with their friends, but also with their pets. So thank you.